Yo, Tigger need to run the city, no cap rap news, man. I need you to do two things for me. Number one, hit the like button, share, and subscribe. We're trying to keep this channel going, man. Keep everything moving like it's been doing, and I appreciate that. Number two, follow my Nightlife Gaming 205 channel on YouTube, bro. We trying to make that shit pop out here, man. So y'all fuck with your boy, Young Tigger need to run the city, no cap rap news. Peace. Tigger need to run the city, man. No cap rap news, bro. We back in the building on a good Monday, June 3rd. I hope everybody been having a good weekend or had a good weekend or whatever. Hope the work day wasn't too stressful, man. We finna get into this boy Cam Newton interviewing Big Tigger. We finna react to it live, man. Y'all boys pull up. Make sure we got everything good. Salute Bessemer, salute Brighton, salute Inslee, salute Birmingham, man. Birmingham, Alabama. What's happening? What's happening? Let's get into it, man. See what Cam talking about, bruh.
It's popping.
I guess salute Auburn too. I guess.
What it should be, what it would be. Cam Newton, the son, Mr. Boogie the All, and I'm here with another episode of Funky Friday. And I promise, I really do promise.
What's that Funky Friday?
Masses, but most of all, ladies and gentlemen, I promise to keep it funky for your asses. Now listen, this particular show may look a little different because we're in a different space. You dig what I'm saying? We're here, Fellowship ATL, but the show must go on. We're here with a person who is an original personality of BET. When you think about BET and the people and the forefathers or the forewomen who has just pushed the culture forward, this individual is one of those people. Also a part of our list, he's a DJ, television and radio personality, a philanthropist, and the host of the Big Tigger Morning Show on V103. I present to some and introduce to others. Big Tigger in the basement.
Let's go, Big Tigger.
Guy. How you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. I'm blessed.
You good?
I'm excited.
Man, bro, I feel like first off, who you are and what you are. I asked you a question a couple months ago while we were doing a show, and I asked you simply, do you or have you gotten the credit that you deserve?
I don't think so. But that ain't for me to say. I've had some people give me credit. Love saying that Rap City The Basement was the original podcast.
Hold on, I'm gonna pause you right there. Right now, and I was telling the producers that I had this idea, we need to have a Bible up here. That I promise to keep it funky, all funky, and nothing but the funk. Like, just honest truth. Like, this ain't the show where we just being modest. Speak your truth.
I'm being honest. I don't think that I've gotten it.
Okay.
But I wanted to, somebody saying to me, multiple people saying that Rap City The Basement was the ultimate or the first podcast format, the original podcast.
Correct.
Was flattering. I took that like, you know what I'm saying? I accept that and received that. But I think after that, nah, not really. Last year we had the Rap City documentary, which definitely did its thing in 3 parts. But I even told the executives, like episode 2 was really about my era of Rap City. And then episode 3 was like after I left, and they kind of made up this thing where Rap City and 106 in Park was beefing. And I mean, it was, like we held the network down a whole long time before.
Oh, for sure.
Before 106 became its thing. So then when it becomes like a Jay-Z comes to the network and he says he's only doing 1 show and they want to put him on 106 in Park, I had an issue with that. I was like, he hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like Beyonce comes say that, all right, that's whatever.
Facts.
So it wasn't really a beef.
Definitely can't be mad at that.
I'm outspoken in things that I need to do and where I want to go.
Correct.
So I would go over there and be like to the executives like Penny and Steve, like, I don't get it. How the rap dude not coming to the rap show?
Right.
So anyway, the third installment of the documentary was kind of this 106 Rap City beef, which is not really authentic. And then when they asked me about it, I said, it's funny, even in the Rap City documentary, y'all had to make it about 106 in Park. Like, this had nothing to do
It's
with
no connect. I mean, only thing that I feel is the connectivity between 106 and Park and, the basement. It's hard to say the basement. It's Big Tigger in the basement. You know what I'm saying? Was the fact that one shine solely on one thing and the other shine solely on the broader thing.
Right.
106 was the broader music, more.
I understand expression and shit, self-expression and shit like that, but what the fuck be going on with your boy Cam Newton, man? I don't understand this outfit at all. But hey, that's his thing, man. I get it. You're an entertainer. You gotta stand out from the pack, man. You gotta separate yourself from others. So I get it. Let's go, Cam.
More specifically, cultural black music.
No doubt.
Right? Big Tig in the Basement highlighted hip hop and rap.
Period.
Solely. This wasn't where Destiny Child was coming down to the basement and just dropping.
They did come down.
Facts.
I'm saying that was an exclusive where it's like normally
Got him.
wouldn't be what you would normally see or expect. I'm thinking, this is where rappers come down, speak their truth, and also at the end we have a caveat where now we can show the artistry of who you are by dropping a freestyle. And some of it was like, that really wasn't a freestyle. That was just a verse that they just said, but you didn't know that then. You was like, oh shit, that was what it was. But before we get ahead of ourselves, or before I get ahead of myself, take me back, right? A lot of work has been done in Atlanta in this part of your life.
I think Cam might even been too young.
Originally from New York.
Fully get
and
Rap City. I don't know though.
Understand
He might have been
the
there.
transition of what we see today. We see you more on radio, or we hear your voice. I've seen your affiliation with the Atlanta Hawks. I've seen, obviously as a TV personality. But my concern or my question per se is, where did that come from? How did you first get your start?
Started DJing at age 15. In New York, in the Bronx, when I was growing up, You either rapped, you DJ'd, you beatbox, you broke dance, you did graffiti, you did
Broke
I kinda
dance.
did all of it.
The fuck is broke dance? I ain't never heard that
I was
one.
doing that all through my high school career. Like
Never heard
parties in the
broke
Bronx, New York,
dance.
like for high school kids, as high schoolers.
No.
We had like shout out Fat Cat. It was an older guy, Fat Cat. He was kind of our sponsor, big brother. He would get the venues. We would bring all the speakers, all the DJ, all the records, you know, and we would come through these epic parties in the Bronx. And every Friday, I spent my entire high school career with a flyer by hand.
Facebook, what up, man? Y'all hit that like button. YouTube, hit the like button.
Since I was 15. Then when I get to University of Maryland on a partial track scholarship, I was just doing that and trying to, you know, get acclimated to school. I partially tore my right hamstring, and I know you can understand that.
For sure.
You know,
A soft tissue.
that Cybex machine was not fun.
Yeah.
So I had to get an internship, and one of my homeboys that ran track already worked at a radio station, WPGC, down there. And I'm thinking, well, get me in there. Not only can maybe I get some free records, I can start DJing here in Maryland.
Yeah.
But that's how I you know, fulfill my school requirement. So I'm in there, I'm in the research department. I walk into the studio, they're like, go get something from LBD. LBD was the nighttime host. He said, hold on for a second. I watched him do a radio break, and I was like,
Yeah.
bruh. I was like, listen, I'm supposed to get this, that, and the third from you, but I got questions.
Yeah.
And I was like, how much can you make? And da-da-da-da-da. So he took me out of the department I was in, which was research, made me his intern producer, because I'm the young New York kid. I'm like the, you know what I'm saying?
Young and hungry.
Right. And I just, you know, like they had to force me to leave that building. I was there all the time.
So
That's a hustle.
This makes sense to
Work.
me.
Put that work.
I'm asking for a friend, right? When you say DJ,
TJ.
there's a lot of quote unquote disc jockeys, but some of them you hear them speak, and some of them you hear their work, right? Like when I hear,
Trying to ask, do you
DJ
DJ, man? Do you play them records?
I don't hear them talk.
Can you cut up on them
DJ
records?
Khaled, you know what I'm saying?
The ones and
You hear
twos.
him talk. When I hear, you know, Big Tigger as a person, I hear you talk. What differentiates?
So I think all of them
Okay.
were a DJ at some point. Take the DJ Snakes and DJ Mustards have progressed on to production, and even the DJ Khaled's. But Khaled could also still tear a club up as a DJ and on the microphone. I'm kind of both of them. I can DJ, like play records and use the microphone.
bullshit. I don't
there's
believe
an
it, Tigger.
There's an on-air personality or a DJ that just talks. So DJ is kind of an evolutionary term in that regard. Back in the day, just this.
Right.
But there are DJs who maybe started out DJing and moved on to production. Some of them or just talk more, and then there's the people who blend both of them together, like perfectly.
Yeah. So even, you know, while you're in college, still
Not bad,
did not
John.
know you went to University of Maryland.
College Park.
College. That's College Park.
That is College Park.
That's College Park.
It's a difference, bruh.
That ain't College Park. That is College Park.
And during that time, DJ personalities in the DMV area, it's hard for me not to mention Petey Green.
Petey Green.
Right. Petey Green was one of the most
Salute Peter Green.
people. And I'm like, yo, like, when I saw his
First shock
documentary
jock.
or his biopic, it gave people like me power. Like, yo, I'm not crazy. You feel what I'm saying? Like when I work.
If you don't know Peter Green, go do some research on it, man. First black. I ain't gonna even say black. I'm gonna say just one of the first shock jocks. He started that shit for real. But let's continue.
My hair, the way I wear my hair, the way I dress, the way I dress, the way I speak, the way I speak. It's purposeful. So obviously when I see your whole transition of who and what you are and what people can expect, one thing that I've always admired about you, you've always been you. You know what I'm saying? But going back to, you know, Maryland, identifying your look, identifying your sound, what was that process like?
It's kind of, thank you for saying that. I kind of just been me. Like the stuff that I grew up with, how we got down in the Bronx, all just came with me. Like I packed the bag, I moved it, brought it with me to Maryland. The one thing I will say is that I learned this from Al BD and Jay Stevens.
Right.
Is they always, this is the one thing that I learned from them, is they were like, lose the regionalism in your voice and you can work anywhere. So
Facts.
I'm able to cut on and
I
cut
get
off
that.
my
I
New
get it.
York accent.
Yeah.
I'm able to cut on and cut off my patois from my Jamaican heritage. And what it allows me to do is, I've worked in New York, I've worked in DC, I've worked in Miami, I've worked in Detroit, I'm now working in Atlanta. You can't come to Atlanta with a whole New York thing, because they're gonna be like, he the New York dude.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not that I'm not owning it, but at the same time, when I lost my regionalism, I was able to lose my regionalism and my sound and my evolution. It just allowed me a lot more flexibility to blend in better. And blending in is not like bowing down or minimalizing yourself.
No, for sure.
I mean
for
that
sure.
in the form of, you want the people that listen and support you to
Be
relate.
able to relate to you, man.
And the part of that relation is the sound. If they listen to you and they automatically hear he not from here or he don't, you know what I'm saying? There's an automatic disconnect.
Correct.
But if I sound anything like, I ain't gonna sound but so Atlanta. I ain't gonna sound but so Miami, so Detroit. But at the same time, as long as I don't sound like a complete foreigner,
Right.
it's easier for them to connect the dots.
When did you have your aha moment? Like, this what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing?
My aha moment was probably, my first radio show was at 92Q in Baltimore. And it was on it was Saturday and Sunday, 7 to midnight. And then Jesse Collins, who does all the Super Bowl. Jesse Collins used to do overnights at WPGC. Jesse Collins left to go to LA to become Jesse Collins.
The Jesse Collins we know
That who we all know and love now. At that moment, my boss in DC was like, do you want to do overnights in DC? He knew damn well that I got off at midnight in Baltimore, but the shift on Sunday started at midnight in DC. So he knew he was trying to make me choose, but I was like, yeah, I'll take it. I want to do the shift. So I used to pay Doug Lazy, who used
Tried
to
to
be an
get
artist
him.
and a radio personality. I used to give him like lunch every week to stay the 30 minutes it took for me to get off in Baltimore, fly down to Baltimore, Washington Parkway to DC.
With the traffic.
There ain't no traffic at midnight, but fly down the Parkway and then so I work 7 to midnight, like 11:45 out the door. I pull up at PGC at 12:15, and then I would do my show from 12:15 to 6 a.m. right before Donnie Simpson came on, and then I went to class at 9. Yeah, I had like a
Hustle.
that semester.
That's the hustle, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible. But that was my aha moment.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know how I would get it done even when I said I'll do it, but I knew I wanted it. And I knew it was something I wanted to do, so I was like, I'll figure it out. That was the moment, like, I'm gonna figure it out. Yeah, they're not gonna take the opportunity from me. Give me the opportunity, I'll work through it.
Yeah. Interesting fact that I did not know, you are Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? And the evolution of Big Tigger. Where the fuck did Tigger come from?
University of Maryland, College Park. It was a young lady by the name of Sherry, who we affectionately referred to as Grandma. She was a classmate.
Grandma.
I walked in the
Motherfucking
Black
grandma.
Student Union one day,
Right.
and she stopped the whole Black Student Union and was like, "You look like Tigger when you smile." That was it. I was just Tigger.
Like the Winnie the Pooh Tigger.
That dude right there. So everybody started calling me Tigger on the yard. And then further along in the evolution, I was doing a radio show. I had just started doing Rap City, the hip hop news segment. And I was writing for Blaze magazine, which went away. And somebody, I can't remember who it was, somebody was like, Tig, you doing it big, da-da-da. Your name should be Big Tigger. Stuck from there. And then one of my scarier moments is we went to Disney World, like in '95 for like Vibe Live.
Yeah.
I'm clearly using a name that belongs to Disney. So I kind of got pulled into a small little matrixy room. And they were like, yeah, so as long as you don't really mess up, ain't nobody really gonna say too much. But be clear.
And Disney don't play.
Wow. Well, that's the business side of it. Hey,
Listen.
grab him real quick.
Hey, Disney don't play. I remember I tried to get some T-shirts or something printed up one time with the big Tigger logo. My boy Norris Webb had designed for me. Tried to get some shit printed up or somewhere with custom ink or something. They wasn't with it. They said, hell nah, bro, Disney finna sue us. I'm like, bro, my boy drew this shit though. It ain't even, that's not Tigger, that's something else. They like, hell nah, pimp. We know what's going on. Ain't finna get us sued. So they ain't with that shit. So Disney be on it. Gotta pay attention to Disney. They don't play that bullshit. Let's get back to it.
Hey, come here.
Let me talk to you for a second.
Sit his ass down.
So, I mean, that's also been some added motivation not to be in too much trouble along the years, because I don't want that smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
That lawsuit, that's a different type of lawsuit. And you talking about Disney
Facts.
mouse? Shit.
They don't play.
It's like, as you're transitioning to, what we know you to be, Big Tigger now, all right, the BET, you know what I'm saying? And for me, I want to know, when you're talking about prime spots in radio versus prime spots on TV, what does those look like? You know what I'm saying? Because you was like, from midnight to blah, 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 is that a prime spot? I wouldn't necessarily know. And what's a prime slot on television?
Like 8.
They kind of mirror each other, except for, so morning drive, like say, the Good Morning Americas of the world, those are big shows, just like morning radio shows. And then let's take Rap City and 106 in Park between 4 and 7, 4 and 8. It's kind of that afternoon drive.
That's a good time.
Radio, afternoon drive. Television is a little different because you have all these midday shows, because for the people who don't go to work, it's a little bit stronger than radio midday. But they kind of mirror each other in that regard. If you want a big viewership in the morning, people are up getting ready for their day. They want information, they want fun, they want content. On the evening, on the way home, they want the same information, content, and fun. And those are like the two biggest time segments of each for radio and television.
So when we fall asleep, and back in the day when you used to fall asleep, and you used to just wake up, and you hear, God has a plan for you. And you got all these preachers trying to say, and you call this number 1-800-GOD-SAVES. 1-800-GOD-SAVES to give your, your weekly tithes and offerings.
Get your tithes.
That ain't ideal timing, like 2 a.m. in the morning.
2 a.m. is not, again, life evolves. There are people way more active now, 2 a.m. in the morning.
Facts.
But traditionally, 6 to 10 a.m., well, really 6 to 9 a.m. No matter what coast you want, 6 to 9, West Coast, East Coast.
Yeah.
And 4 to 7 in the afternoon. Most people in their cars or you traveling, they have time.
7 to 8 and 7
Those
to
are
about
ideal moments. The biggest audience
9
is
at
around.
night.
Now, social media, totally different.
7 to 10 at night.
Yeah.
Social media and the internet, where people are able to consume whatever they want to, whenever they want to, however they want to, changes those rules.
Yeah.
But in linear, on television, or in terrestrial radio, where you can't rewind, you can't press pause.
Right.
Those things, those are still strong points.
Well, let me tell you something. Since we're talking about late night, feel me? One of the things that I obviously knew and found out that
BET Uncut. Let's go.
Lord Jesus. Let me tell you something. I didn't even know what it was. I grew up in a household that was religious. One of my I had a sleepover.
Hold up. If y'all don't know, BET Uncut was the spot, man. They played all the uncut videos. That was back in the day. It was the first spot where you get to see the girls in the bikinis and the thongs and stuff like that going on. It was real lit back then. Come on about 11 at night, 11:01, something like that. Get crunk. Let's go.
One of my partners was like, yo, bro, we got to stay up late. I said, bro, stay up late for what? Bro, we got to watch BET Uncut. Well, I ain't know what the hell BET Uncut was. And then all of a sudden, David Banner, it wasn't dropped down. It was the Nelly. Tip drill.
Classic.
It must be ass, because it ain't your face. I need a tip. Boy, that song came on, and I was watching it. I said, oh my God. What is this?
Changed your life.
It did, most definitely. Oh my goodness.
Tip
And now,
drill was
son,
the
is when you
shit.
find out that you was a man. Boy, what was this, like, if you had to describe that,
The energy?
like on BET Uncut, what was the purpose of, hey, we're about to do this that's different than that, and why we're gonna put it XYZ?
So the show started, I had nothing to do with the show start. The show started, and I was just immediately like, that's what we do? That's what's up. But at the time, I was the hip hop
Uncut
guy.
was
Most
fire.
videos were hip hop. And I was probably the most recognizable face on the network at that point.
Subtle
And
flex.
a little bit. And then I think there was an opportunity, we were at Spring Bling, which used to be a time.
Though for sure.
A time.
I
And-
wouldn't know. I was too young for Spring Bling, but there were
a time.
Yeah.
And I think there was an opportunity to shoot a on location Uncut. So it was like, Tig, you want to host it? And I was like, absolutely. So I went
Hell
over to,
yeah.
like special moments. We did some from.
I want to host it. I wasn't even around.
We did some from, we made up clubs. It just invited people. We had them, Akinelli was there for a couple. Uncle Luke was there for a couple. Like, it was just a lot of fun, and the energy fit the format, which was these videos that featured, sometimes not so good music, but visually stunning.
Yes, sir.
assignment was assignment. You know what I'm saying?
Them gas was on there,
And
man.
it's hard for me not to kind of think about that being a realm. And for people who don't necessarily know, because we have to obviously be informative on this, is Spring Bling, correct me if I'm wrong, was around spring break.
Absolutely.
And I know a lot of networks made that a thing. Cancun, MTV, BET, Spring Bling, things like that. And it just showed a wild side of the early 2000s where people were, or kids, young adults were just living free. You know what I mean?
The beauty of that is, okay, MTV had way bigger budgets than that. We went to Florida, they went to Cancun.
Yeah.
But it was fitting for us because we would go around Black College Reunion, BCR, and Daytona. And
Facts.
that was already a movie before Spring Bling got there. We just turned it on 25. Because now we brought all these artists. That was the first time I ever saw T-Pain or ever heard of T-Pain or Gucci. I remember the first time we got to BCR and Icy was out by Gucci Mane. And I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
But everybody was singing, it was crazy. We would go down there, and this was the beautiful time, Cam. It was very few camera phones. There was.
But it was camcorders, though.
So
You just had to be there.
They had the camcorders.
you missed it. If somebody said they saw it, either someone believed you or
They didn't believe it. Facts. Let's go back to that time.
But it was
Them with the
a
days.
lot of fun. One of my fondest memories from while shooting Uncut at VCR, we stepped out into the hallway. It was me and Lil Duval was hosting this one. And we're talking to Penny Mac, the producer, when she's like, all right, this next segment, we're gonna do XYZ. But there's like dancers in this room, like it's going down in this room. And then we come out into the hallway at a hotel, and she's like, we're gonna do this, that, and the other. And then like way down the hallway is a dude who's like limping down the hallway and looking back. And we're like, bro, what's happening? I just got shot in the stairwell. And I was like, he was like, yeah. And I was like, so we like, sit your ass down. Like, why you still walking? So that he's about to sit
Trying to
down,
get the
like,
fuck
we, like,
on.
holding him. I'm like holding his hand like to ease him down. He looks up and goes, oh shit, bro, you Tigger. We like, sit your ass down. So he sits down and he's still bugging out. I don't know what happened in the staircase, but I will never forget this kid who like forgot he got shot. Just for the fact that he like saw me and like Lil Duval still wasn't quite Lil Duval.
Yeah.
Because he probably would have fanned out over Duval more, but it was just a moment, and I always remember that from BCR because it was just mad people everywhere, and there was a little bit of, rah-rah to it, but it was a lot of love out there.
But damn, I'm over here.
That's dope.
What the hell was the shooter? Fuck.
I don't know, like, cause we kept looking down the hallway after we sat him down. Like, anybody coming?
So, I mean, it's been a lot of
He had to get shot outside or something. I don't know.
about you know, it was good to kind of
Staircase
see this
entrance
project that
from the outside.
Hulu presented, the Freaknik, right? And when I hear stories about Spring Bling, BCR, all these many different festivals and times, like, even for me being a millennial, at my age,
You wouldn't understand it,
before
bro.
me. You know what I'm saying? You just would have had to be there. You dig what I'm saying? So when you think back, right, is there anything remotely close, or will there ever be?
Nothing is close to the Freaknik and those days back then. Never will be anything else closer, because it was just a different time and energy back then. Like he said, no cell phones. Niggas had, if you had a camcorder, that might have been, you know, that was for when you go back to your city, you can show niggas what went down and show niggas the girls and everything. But if you went there, then you just missed out, bro. You just had to hear about the stories, and that shit was fire back then.
Be another time when you put a body of work, and I'm not necessarily talking about mainstream.
That shit
but
was
more
fire.
so culturally, that people can say, you have to be a part of this in a way that pushes the experience where, like, is there a thing now, basically what I'm saying is, where you have to be there from the culture standpoint?
I think there are things well, some of the festivals, yes. I feel like you should be there. The problem is even at the festivals, everybody who paid all their money to get in here is doing this. So people can watch it, view it on social media, and feel a part of it, but the feeling's not the same. So I feel like people should get out, go to these things, be in the moment, enjoy these festivals. Or I can't say, for example, like this thing is a thing that you need to be at, or you need to experience this. But I think being out and in the moment is very important for everyone. Because if you're on your phone, you're not really you're not immersed in your situation. And there are lots of things that you may miss, feelings, realities, crazy stuff, that you're gonna miss out on because you're not in the moment. And lots of people are not in the moment because they're just on their phone.
It's a lot
Facts.
of unsocial people on social media.
Oh, absolutely.
Where you have different personalities, and I said this all the time, me coming into stardom, right, as an athlete, one of the things that I hated the most was to know of people or to know people and be like, oh shit, that's Tigger. What's up, bro? Like, what's up, my nigga? Then you be like, that nigga, man. Or this person, his entourage different, like and that's what kind of pushed me to being by myself, because I didn't want a bunch of yes men around me, nor did I want people who were disingenuous around me, because it affects you and the energies that kind of come with it. And I'm like, yo, social media has done and pushed the world forward for sure.
And backwards.
I mean, goddamn.
Both ways, hell yeah.
And it's like,
He ain't
now,
lying.
even going into a club, like we're in fellowship now, I see people all the time off the phone, and it's just like, boom. And as soon as they get, you know what I mean, they looking around and they doing this and they doing that, it's a whole different person. You feel me? This show is brought to you by BetterHelp. When life goes so fast, it's imperative.
Matter of fact, while he in the commercial, let us go to the one.
celebrate your
Shit.
wins and make adjustments for the rest of the year. Therapy can.
All right, man, we back from that little commercial break. Shout out to my nigga Maurice Cannon at the Ave. Y'all need to go holler at your boy for all the dope clothes in the city, man. The city of Birmingham, Alabama. Fuck with your boy. All right, let's get back into it.
Elaborate.
Used to go to the club. There was a dance floor. People actually danced.
Facts.
I remember the first time I walked in the club and somebody told me I had to pay to sit down. I was like, what? Like, there were clubs that there were no sections. But You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Or if there were sections, they were like for one, you know what I'm saying, 1 or 2 sections. Everybody was just general population for the most part. So they took away the dance floor, and a lot of clubs are just sections, right? Who's in the sections? 8 times out of 10,
The flexes.
section. Hopefully he's got the right, you know what I'm saying?
Decoration.
Accoutrements at his section. But everybody is kind of like the look at me, look at me.
Look what I got.
I'm in the section. I got bottles. Ain't no really dancing. You at the table. If you're lucky, your accoutrements are, providing some energy to the situation. But we just like people are sitting around smoking hookah on the phone.
Yeah.
Not doing shit, not enjoying the
I'm not
party.
really enjoying because I'm talking to y'all on the phone.
Yeah.
Like, so even party energy ain't really like party energy when you talk about the 90s music, early 2000s music. That used to be fun.
Yeah.
Like, the music was fun. People you couldn't wait to get to the club. Like, we about to go. We outside.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like, now when we outside means I'm gonna sit at this table.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look cool as hell.
I had one of the moments, but it was at a teen club.
What?
Yeah. So for the folks
sound
who don't
crazy
take
as
out
hell,
that,
Paul.
You know what I mean? We had a couple teen clubs in Atlanta, but one teen club where in College Park was College Park. It was Skate Town. Skate Town had a teen club, right?
Okay.
And then back then, you didn't have an operating phone, but you had a phone, and it was just solely, what's your number? Boom. When I get back home, I'm gonna call you type shit. Or they had
Facts.
the little shit called Chictionary, your little tablet where, baby, hey, look, boom, go and put you there, you know what I mean, right there, boom. She done gave her number to 7 different dudes, you feel me?
Right.
But that was a time where people went and was musty when they left.
Absolutely.
You're not like sweating.
Might
Facts.
have
Yeah.
the shirt off.
What? And that's where you found out who your partners was. Cause it's like, yo, I want her. Where she at, bro? Her right there. And you knew she liked you because all you had to do was grab her wrist. Not grab it in a domestic situation. It was just like you grab it, boom. And she don't snatch away, she then look. But stay with me now. The pros, the chicks, she will always have a friend, right? The friend will be looking this way. And then the friend would be like, how you look, girl? And then she get a nod. And then boom, so she'll turn around, she was like, yeah, what's going on? And then boom, that song come on. It must be your ad, cause it ain't your face, I need a tip. And then going back to now, you figuring out where your partner at. Okay, if your partner really your partner, so your partner, boom, he now turns from homeboy to post.
Wingman.
No, it's a post, cause now you leaning back on her. Like, now he done turned.
The hell he doing in the party? He doing too much.
Lean back, I got you.
This don't sound right.
Sweating, and then you like, oh man, boom, having the whole time, and you're like, oh man, she's showing out. You feel me? And it's like, oh, okay, cool, boom.
I don't remember
Change
this.
the whole
We didn't do
song.
it like
That's when
this.
you like, baby,
There's some kinky ass shit.
hey, put your number in there, blah, 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 blah.
I don't know what's
She doing
going
the
on.
same thing with somebody else, and you doing the same thing with somebody else. You know what I mean?
Ain't nobody even feel no way about it.
And that's what it was. You feel what I'm saying? Nowadays, if you were to go
We
out,
dance, but we ain't need no shield. I don't
almost
know
like
what the hell he
sexual
got going
our
on.
backyards, and you can't just walk into anybody's backyard. So you looking at,
Yeah. Absolutely.
you don't know if that's her man or she got a man. You don't know none of that shit. So you gotta walk cautious.
Yeah, she put it on him,
Now
but
it's so
it looked
dangerous
like from
that-
what he was describing, looked like
walking to
he
nobody's
almost got a case for some other shit though. Talking about one nigga blocking and I don't know what was going
To the
on.
restroom, people are so like, oh, it ain't no love music. You feel me? Like when people get by, hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was like that music, that's rowdy, like,
Yeah.
golly.
I mean, like,
That's their
they
energy
ain't
too,
no real
but
R&B songs, and when they come on, the women
just a
dance.
different vibe. Yeah, most of the time.
It's not the same, bro. We used to have.
It is
a
not the
time.
same.
I spent the majority of my life from age 15 to all the way to here hosting. I've been hosting the parties 2/3 of my life.
So I had the honor of one of, I would say, the nation's leading promoters,
Okay.
right? Kenny Burns.
Okay.
So I would ask him, or I asked him the question. I want to ask you the same question.
Okay.
As far as what party was you a part of, and you was like, yo, a time was had. Or you don't even gotta give me the specific party, just give me the era when you was like, yo, this person or this
The 90s,
era
man.
was on lock because everybody was blase, blase, blah.
90s, early 2000s.
For sure. Oh, you're going viral, regardless. And it's my job, then, you know what I'm saying? But respect.
Be more careful, Cam.
But it's your perspective though, and I think
I've been at a lot of.
Oh, for sure. You've been in the game for so long, specifically in the music game for so long, not necessarily making music, but being a part of the music and being the chaplain of the stamp, like boom. If you made it to Big Tigger in the Basement, boom, that's your stamp to say boom. He's the up and coming, or he is obviously blah, blah, blah. People will go there and then you wasn't an artist until you had that stamp.
No doubt.
Facts.
I mean,
Parties.
take your time. We got nothing but time.
I would say let me paint the window first.
You finna say a did it
The
party.
window was anywhere from 2000 to 2008. Might be the greatest. What a time to be alive.
Where?
Early 2000s. Yeah, because niggas had
Anywhere certain
was
people.
fresh niggas getting fresh money. Niggas went
one of my-
boozing and
Jamie Foxx.
on that whole shit back
Shout out to
then.
Jamie Foxx. Throws some of the best house parties ever seen. I can't remember a time I had a more fun time. Like just the energy was right, the people were right, the weather was beautiful because it's out in the West Coast.
Bunch of young millionaires getting
Jamie
together,
Foxx
kicking.
had some epic happens.
I know that shit was fire.
And
What the hell that move was, Cam?
Ask this love.
go ahead, come on with it.
Did it parties? That's what he finna ask.
We talking about parties.
Yes, we are.
We talking about West Coast.
Yes, we are.
You ever party with Diddy?
Not on the West Coast. I have been to 2 or 3 New Year's Eve functions at his house. Probably 2 or 3 of the best New Year's Eves I ever had.
What was it though?
It's in his backyard at the crib in Miami. It's people, it's music, it's everything that you heard a Diddy party was. Good music, good energy, drinks, food. Let me back that up.
Say less. Hold up.
Wasn't no sucker
Everything
shit
you
though.
used to hear
Say less.
what a Diddy party was. Good music, good energy, fun, carefree. I can't say that I've
Carefree,
ever
it was some
stayed
freaky
past my
shit.
bedtime.
But
I've never seen any of the things or the allegations that have been
For sure.
said against him. I've never been to the freak off. I've never been an overnight guest. I've never stayed later. I've never been in the bed.
You never overstepped your welcome.
I never, listen, I came, I tore up the background. I mean, and I tore up the backyard. We had a good time at the New Year's Eve party. I went home and that was it.
So from 2000 to 2008, right? And I'm trying to go back because I was.
he only let the freaks in the house. Only the freaks get inside,
And-
bro.
You know, being in Atlanta, that was the Big Meech era. You feel me? So you wasn't really partying like that for me. So I have to live vicariously, you know what I'm saying, through you. I've been a part of, or not necessarily a part, when like Super Bowl parties. And when you say it's hosted by, I remember seeing Jamie Foxx. He had hosted this party, bro, and his range as an entertainer showed.
Right.
He went from singing, he went from DJing, he also went from MCing to having this energy around where, like, he was the life of the party. The pulse was predicated off of his energy, and he was going from the people who were in the sections to the regular person that was just looking at him just on the stage. So, you know, with that, when you're talking about parties, when you're talking about, you know, high energy, when you're talking about, yo, dog, like, I don't think it'd never be that realm again.
No, I mean, I hosted Blue Da Vinci's birthday party in Miami
animals?
with the Angels. It was in Miami, so I didn't have the animals. My party wasn't the animals. He had Blues Angels, and all of these beautiful women had angel wings on in the club in Miami, and it was, I mean, it was just
That's crazy.
It was crazy to be at. And I think the first time I hung out with Floyd Mayweather in Vegas, we went out with Floyd, it was 50
No
people.
Floyd gets it up.
Went to a club. After the club, we went to, I think it was Spearmint Rhino rather. And 50 people, we're in the club, the waitress comes, he was like, let me get 50 bottles of champagne. I looked at my manager, he was like, what?
Yeah.
You get a bottle, 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 you get a bottle. So we like, Floyd, you want some? I don't drink. You bought 50 bottles of champagne for the entire group. You don't drink. Like we hadn't partied at that level yet. We hadn't got there, but just to see that happen, like to be in that moment where you went into a club, first of all, with 50 people, you brought out basically, let me get that whole back wall, and you ordered 50 bottles of champagne for everybody just to be hospitable and to show off.
Yeah, for sure, because you can.
Right.
But
That's that
where I
trill
found
shit.
myself venturing off into like, that's not me, all right? Because
That ain't for everybody.
it's not. But
Yeah, he
I
ain't
would
finna
have
blow that money. I wouldn't have
$6,000
blew that
bills.
money
I would
either.
have $8,000 bills, $12,000 bills, and I still don't drink. I drink wine. That's the only alcohol consumption I've ever consumed in my life.
Okay.
Not tequila, not vodka, not champagne. And I just started drinking wine, 5 years ago. But I had to start checking myself because I'm like, yo, first off, when you make the announcement, and this is a message for all young, up and coming or relevant people in the entertainment space. That could be an athlete, movie star, whatever. If you're recognizable, you have to protect yourself because you will be around a lot of quote unquote gimmies. People that I refer to as a gimme. Hey, bro, give me that, gimme. And I'm saying to myself, it's like, bro, who the fuck I'm gonna give this bill to? Oh, give it to Cam, like we in here with Cam. And I'm saying to myself, like, yo, I'm giving my credit card or I'm paying something where it's like, I just wanted to have a good time. And my entourage, my family specifically, like we can go to fucking Waffle House and have a good time. And that costs $120 for all these waffles on me, goddamn. But a phase of my life was just
Bullshit. Cost $125.
like, oh shit, like, damn, 7,000? Fuck, who the fuck ordered motherfucking caviar?
Ain't never had
You know what I'm saying?
caviar.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, they gonna order that
And
shit
look
because you
at,
paying
like,
for it.
the itemized receipt, longest damn I-95, and you saying to yourself, like, yo, like, this person, who is that person? Well, who the hell was the girl with the damn green out? Like, who is the dude? Like, no dude. Who? And then you start saying to yourself, like, yo, just some shit just gotta change. I'm not going out no more. Because if I have to go out and spend $8,000 for the quote unquote look, I just removed myself.
I went, one time I took a bunch of my friends, I could be my
Don't
friends.
take all them motherfuckers. That's the easy way to
I'm
do
doing
that.
A little bit better than most of my
You and your
friends.
family
They had
go
never
and
been
be
to
through with
Vegas.
that shit. Or you and your
I hosted a party.
homeboy. One.
It was around my birthday.
Shit.
Look, I'll get there, I got you.
Yeah.
So it's like 7 of us, right? So I'm like, we going out, I was like, do what you do, scoop what you scoop. Dinner's at Blase Block. I think 20 people showed up to dinner, right?
How many was invited?
Again, I told them,
Yeah.
go grab it, whatever. So 7 of my homeboys,
7 brought 20.
7 brought a number 13,
Damn.
which was aspirational. We get to dinner, and I'm just listening.
Shitting me.
And I'm hearing people order stuff like roasted duck. You ain't never had no goddamn roasted duck. Roasted, come on,
They
Rick.
finna try to.
Roasted.
They finna try
I would
that
usually
tomahawk
order this,
steaks.
but I'm just gonna do the serpent.
And this is why I'm young at this point. This is like my 20s, like late 20s. So
Got 'em.
I'm listening. I'm listening what they order and the drink. Lord, everybody had a great time.
Escargot.
So I went like to the bathroom and I went to the waiter and I was like, yo, go back over there, take the bill. I said, I'm gonna pay for it, but take the bill over there and say he paid for his. He paid for his and y'all gotta pay for the rest of it. So I stood over there like in the corner like this.
Seeing who?
I was giggling my ass off. Cause you know that everybody start, well you
Right.
ordered, and you ordered.
You invited me.
Wait, you and that. So yeah, so like it was fun, it was a fun experiment and I ended up paying for it. But
Yeah.
I think I taught the lesson to my group anyway. And I love my homeboys, but like it was just one of those moments where you like, y'all a little, y'all
comfortable. Come on now, you got a safety valve out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I would put you in check, like, because normally in certain occasions, even my experiences from my loved ones, from people who've known me for a long time, it can kind of get took it for granted. But needless to say, we're in a position where we do have a lot. Some more than most.
Right.
And you don't want to just sit up there and say, oh, I'm having, filet mignon and you just gonna have this flank steak. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. Everything ain't equal. But, it's just all about experiences, but within reason, you feel me?
The word is balance. If most, I know I struggle with it. If anybody struggles with most things in life, is balance. How to balance fun with work.
Yeah.
How to balance family and friends. How to balance. Balance is hard.
Yeah.
How to balance, playing football and being Cam Newton.
For sure.
Like balance is a tough thing to navigate for most people, and I give a lot of credit to people who find balance.
So, right before we get into the game, I want to kind of talk about something that I wouldn't say you originated, but you definitely did your job in magnifying this art.
Okay.
Freestyling. Right? Knowing the wave of music right now, an artist's ability.
Hold up, man, my bad, y'all. But Tigger was it was what was dope about Tigger and the freestyling in the basement and shit is that he a freestyle too. So that shit made that shit even doper. You know what I mean? The artists come in there and they do their thing, and then he get a 16 in or a quick 8 or something. You know what I'm saying? And rock that shit with him, man. That shit was a dope ass show. You had to be there to really get it though. You had to be there, man.
Or
what a time
to freestyle. Does that make you look at that person any different?
Absolutely. Really? I hate sounding like our parents can. I hate it. That ain't real music. Those ain't real MC. That ain't real hip hop.
For real? But why though? Like,
I hate sounding like our parents because they're our parents. But anyway, I grew up with a standard, bars for bars. If you were if you were an MC, damn the songs, your flow, your lyrics, your cadence is what you stood on.
Right.
How people gave you credit.
For sure.
There was someone who was better at bringing the lyrics and songs. Those people were superstars.
Correct.
There were other people who were just lyrical giants that we were like, yo, lyrical, lyrical, lyrical.
Yeah.
And then there were other people who just made good songs. There are way more people that just make good songs right now. And yeah, than actually give me something lyrical that I'm like, ooh.
Hold up, rewind that.
There are a lot more people right now that make good songs than actually provide me with that
I gotta agree with you, Tigger.
sustenance. So I'm like, ooh. Yeah. Hold on, let me rewind that.
Yeah.
Let me rewind. Wait, you heard what he said?
Sure.
And he not talking about of the underground. He talking about of the
it's few
major stars, the big rap
And there are a bunch
stars.
of them who aren't popular,
Yeah,
but you gotta go look for them. Popular music,
that ain't what he talking
not
about.
a lot at all. It's the beat, it's the hook.
It's
Is there a dance to it?
7 o'clock.
Is it on TikTok? That's it.
Yeah.
It used to be a standard but MCs. And the standard of the MC was I'm the best MC. My wordplay is crazy. I can say things, I can paint a picture. I'm a great storyteller.
An illusionist.
I can tell you a story or paint this picture to you with words to make you go,
Yeah.
I said, blah, 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 blah. And everybody in the car said,
Yeah.
Who does that? Now.
You're asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
That's it. I should tell you 2, Kendrick, J. Cole. And even within reason, Drake does too.
I can give you a couple more, but again, they're not popular.
But to that point, I'm saying, because I've always been a fan of wordsmiths, right? Like, I found myself, even in college, looking at battle raps. I'm like, man, who the fuck is this dude, right? Damn, that shit was, you know what I'm saying, extremely impressive, but he can't make a song. And even the people who do try to make songs, a lot of their, it sounds crazy, but a lot of their music must get watered down for people to understand what they're trying to say.
Jay-Z said, I dumbed down and doubled my dollars.
Facts.
It's been the wave.
So when I ask this question of, do you feel a certain type of way, or do you gauge an artist by his ability or inability to freestyle, right? And now when you think about, and this goes without speaking on nobody's names, but for you to just say, okay, X artist, okay, bro, can he rap? Does he have some songs? Okay, cool. He passed the radio test. Okay, he may pass the album test, but when it comes down to, all right, bro, I'm gonna put a rap on, or I'm gonna put a beat on, can you go? And then you're like, that's a C. And the only reason why you got a C is because
C is being generous.
your name. You know what I'm saying?
That is no longer the credentials for most. Even back then, freestyling wasn't for everybody. So in the basement era, and I would
It's
tell
about
people,
your writing,
especially
man.
like first season.
It's always been more about the
season,
writing.
I kind of came at everybody just because it was new. I want everybody to know, like, put some respect on it. And then I would tell people, don't do something in here that's not gonna be positively reflected for you. Like, and freestyle had a multiple definition back then. Freestyle was you make it up off the top of the head, which then freestyle became off the top of the head. Freestyle also meant it was a loose verse. You might have already written this verse. It might not be assigned to a song yet.
Correct.
It might not have heard the song yet, but it's still a freestyle because it wasn't attached to a song.
Correct.
So I was like, yo, bro, like, don't do it for me.
Yeah.
But go in here and do something that's gonna make you give a positive reflection to the people who are about to go to the store, back when we went to the store to buy an album. Now, some people were way better at it. Ludacris, me and Luda had 3 of the most epic booths ever. Only person to get best of the booth 3 times, twice, or 3 times. Only person. And what Luda did from the first one to the second one is Luda would come in, he'd write a verse just for the show. And then he'd bring things and elements, because he'd been there in the book, that made it seem like he was going off the top. Snoop, off the top the whole time. Snoop could just go. Snoop could go, but a lot of artists came in there with a verse that had already been written, hadn't been assigned to a song, and then if you're good at it, you can start something written, freestyle a little bit,
And then go
back to something written, so that we're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But that is no longer the standard by which artists are measured. Even in this, let's say the Drake Kendrick thing, it wasn't really about the bars.
Yeah.
This was who was talking the most shit about each other. This was like a reality show. Who had the most receipts?
Basically.
And it was wildly entertaining.
Oh, for sure.
But it wasn't about,
But who had the most,
if you
the
go back to
freshest
some of the-
beats, who had the
I
freshest
think, hit 'em up with
styles
no
and
Vaseline. There was a bunch of
skills.
stuff that started talking.
Kendrick
like,
was showing
talking
everything.
shit
I
about
ain't
it.
gonna
Even
lie.
let's take Ice Cube's No Vaseline. He talked shit about MWA the whole record, but it was written. And it used to be who had better bars, who could, who could bring this energy lyrically.
For sure.
It's like, this is what it's about. I'm better than you. Not, I got more dirt on you.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of happened with the Kendrick Drake thing. But, you know, like it started off real mid and then it just.
You know, and I don't
say it started off
this
mid.
Statement by my ignorance to the history.
He was just walking it down. He was just playing. Kendrick was playing his fiddle,
like
walking to the party. He knew what he was doing.
Drake,
walking to the funeral.
Euphoria with Kendrick. That was like 3 songs in one. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I haven't really paid a lot of attention to it. And the Kanye thing, right? Kanye's brilliance was like, yo, I'm gonna start it off with this melody, this beat. Mid-song, just go to a whole different flow or melody, and then boom, go to a transition to another song and potentially may bring it back or not. And then you realize like, yo, for a minute and 30 seconds, it was one beat, a whole nother minute or 30 seconds was another beat, and then another 2 minutes, that's how you got 6 minutes of an actual song. I was thinking while I was listening to those tracks, I'm saying to myself like, yo, it was 3 different beats, 3 different tempos, and just they showed their rap stamina and artistry within those body of works, amongst other songs too. Not to say that they're the only ones to have done it or did it, but I just was thinking around that time while I was listening, I was like, yo, like this is a whole nother song.
The creativity of it was always amazing. So the Drake record, which had the 2 AI voices on it, was like, okay,
I didn't even
like
hear that. I know. Me personally, I was like, come on, Drake.
I like the ingenuity of it only because what we in now is this technology era. And I thought it was a
good play. I ain't gonna even lie. It was a good play.
To speak at it from this person's
the internet
voice,
just wasn't fucking with
speak at
it.
it from this person's voice. That was the only thing I thought was creative. Like I thought that was creative.
Okay, I'll put it like this. The only reason why
it was a dope play for real.
Appreciate that track was because you're already fighting allegations of AI and ghostwriting. So why would you put, whether you wrote the verse or whatever, and put it in a way that you're not speaking it in your voice or your dialect? Now it's just like, they not saying this, and you know Snoop or like this is...
I enjoyed it from a creativity.
For sure.
That shit was dope for real.
Like, but I don't know, and I can't use.
And I ain't even no goddamn
like, yo,
Drake fan at all, but that shit was a dope play.
I didn't, you know what I'm saying? But now Family Matters, that was his best one.
Right.
Where I was like, okay, nigga, you could drop this shit off in the club, and motherfuckers is just like, okay, cool. And then just for Drake's brilliance as a whole, he has a diss track that people rock to and forget sometimes that it's a diss track. Back to back.
Yeah, back to back is the thing.
Oh man.
Back to back is the thing.
Not again. Like that.
But he talked crazy on that.
Yeah.
He had bars all over that song. Like, so again, for me, not only was it a good song, but he had bars on it. Much like They Not Like that is a club banger. A diss record is a club banger right now. Like across the country.
They was playing that song, They Not Like Us, on TNT.
Yeah, they was.
And I said, hold up. And I rewinded it and I said, yep, they got a diss track where, okay.
They trying to get Drake out of here, man.
On an outro, you know what I mean? But with so many different phases and elements that we obviously know the Drake and Kendrick, beef. Would you say that beef is dangerous?
I guess what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave y'all on the cliffhanger right here, man, because guess what? Y'all gonna have to go to the, look at the description, to go to the link and watch the whole interview on Cam page, man. We just reacted to it real quick. All right, man, I want to appreciate y'all for pulling up. Thanks for the Cash Apps. Thanks for the PayPal donations. Thanks for Facebook stars. Appreciate everybody subscribing to the channel. The views been going up. The subscribers been going up. We almost at 6,000 now. We've been moving up. We moved up like 2,000-3,000 like 2-3 months, man, for real. So I appreciate that, and y'all be looking out, man. Continue to share, hit the like button. Look out for your boy, Young Tig, need to run the city. No cap rap news. Peace, peace.